Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in the Ultimate Base 2.0. We left things off by building a system in order to capture the heat energy of the rockets right here, so later on we'll be able to use it. We're gonna test it with just one rocket first, see if it works the way we want, and then maybe we're gonna exploit it a little bit. First of all, we're gonna need some mechanized airlocks. I'm gonna build them right there. And we're gonna close this off with some more tiles. Now I wonder, what is the melting point of iron tiles? 1500 degrees. I hope we're never gonna reach that. But yeah, essentially we're gonna have another layer of iron tiles, then finally touching the steam room. In the meantime, on Smelial, I made some progress here, as you can see, just tiling everything out. I'm now gonna take care of this chlorine room. We just want to go ahead and fill this up with old tiles. This is already a vacuum, and if we do this right, we should be able to tame the volcanoes today. But I'm not sure about the magma. The magma is definitely going to be a problem. Well, let's call it a challenge, not a problem. But look at that juicy tungsten. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so nice. And there we go. Just like that, we're done. Beautiful work, Ren. Thank you so much. That means the only danger really are these hydrogen pockets. I have to be careful about those, but other than that, we can go mayhem on this. And all we want to achieve is basically make the magma layer drop massively below the tungsten volcanoes. We also want to achieve a secure liquid lock, so that is going to have to be protected, like something along these lines. Oh no, I have to go down much more. Whoops. So if we go ahead and set up something like that and actually use oh no, I cannot use polluted water, and normal water has such a low vaporization point. I mean, what we could do technically is send over some oil, right? You know what? I'm actually going to send over a little bit of crude oil just for that liquid lock, and all we have to do, you know, we can set up a mini pump here. Yeah, that's actually easy, and then we bring it directly up into the port of the interplanetary launcher. Powering this up is also gonna be easy. Nice. Okay. And then with the bottle emptier, we're just gonna bring in some new oil. We just need to make sure we have a pitcher pump that actually reaches the oil. Wonderful. That is gonna be an easy solution to that problem. However, I believe we can already dig down, and hopefully the water is already gonna form some type of liquid log. Of course, it is dinner time. By the way, I ran out of sand. I didn't realize it. And I also had a film of water here on the top that I had to take away. A little bit of a pain in the butt, but just place some mesh tiles just below the layer you want to get rid of. And then it's actually an easy thing to sweep up. Okay, hold on. That did not work at all because, of course, the water is immediately converting into steam. So it is mandatory that we actually take oil for this, but I want to drag away the hot materials first. So this abyssalite right here, for instance, has still a temperature of 107 degrees. Well, it's not that bad. I mean, look at this here. 700 degrees. Yeah, we have to wall this off and then get rid of the materials. That is actually currently converting our water to steam. Getting some crude oil, water bottle, and we're gonna fill this up. Is this already going for it? Yeah, of course. So I think I'm just gonna give this one entire load of crude oil. Not sure how much we can actually get into the launcher. Let's maybe enable these guys again. It's a pity. If you actually shut off the power, they start from scratch. So that is not the best solution to stop the rat bolt generators. Did not work. Well, at least everything is back to water and we still have a little bit of steam here. That is probably going to be converted to water. So no harm, no foul. On the other side, I would like to prevent more water from actually going in. So we need to dig this away and maybe set up some stopper tiles. And then I guess I'm just going to dig my way in here. Why not? So next step is going to be to pick these items up. Then maybe we can even stick with the water. Though now I'm already loading up the oil. You know, honestly, I don't really see this heating up at the moment. I mean, it's a perfect liquid lock and we have vacuum going. You know, I think I might just risk it. Yeah, let's freaking do it. We're gonna dig our way in here and get rid of everything we don't need anymore. Bleach stone. Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. Okay, I'm gonna have to dig my way in here. Get rid of the bleach stone first. Gonna have to do the same thing here. Oh my gosh. What did I do? You know, if you do it really carefully and just work with the duplicant, it actually goes really quickly. Well, there we go. It is almost fixed. and the water temperature is still exactly the same. Yes, I'm confident this is going to work now. So let's start digging everything up. We need everything on the top here gone so that we can start shaping the magma a little bit. I'm hoping that I can take away enough materials to make it drop significantly. Otherwise, we're gonna try the airflow tile trick. Alrighty, quite a few cycles have passed now and I decided to get my cooling system going. I just made a thinking mistake. Obviously, we don't quite want to complete this. No, sir. We first need to pump out the room, then add some water. Let me think. Technically, we could just go ahead and fill this up with polluted water. Get rid of the air this way. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna open this up, open those two up, and then we should be able to just rinse the polluted water in there. And instead of deconstructing this tile, we can deconstruct this one, for instance. Yeah, I should be able to do that. But yeah, it has become pretty toasty in here, not very good. However, on the other side, as you can see, we've made some progress here at the bottom. It's getting a little bit hard at this point because, yeah, there's just too much magma and I cannot push it down anymore without actively hurting Ren. And there it is, the room is already filled up, wonderful. All I need is a bottle emptier here. We're also gonna ladder our way down so we can close this off again. And then all I need to do is add a bridge here as well in order to pump in the polluted water for the cooling loop. There we go, the loop has started. Did I set the sensor? No, not really. We wanna send a green signal if above, let's say 20 degrees. That might be a little bit low. Let's set it to 25 degrees. And right now it doesn't continue. Yeah, of course, because the loop isn't done yet. There it is, loop completed, the aqua tuner is running and we will be cooling down the base substantially. We should actually see this happen very soon. Yeah, look at this. This is just so beautiful. Things are gonna be much better after this, especially because the thimble reed will start growing again. We might actually even go a little bit higher. Let me see. 37 degrees maximum. So my suggestion would be to set this to even like 30 degrees or so. Beautiful. You're very welcome, Ren. Wait, you have nothing to do. Okay, so how do we continue from here? I mean, my only option at this point is to hurt him a little bit. I mean, we can start digging down here a little bit in the hopes this is gonna help. But Ren is gonna be pissed about this. Yeah, let's just see how far he can take this. Ooh, not very far. Come on, come on. Just one more, and we have to go, we have to go, we have to go. You move up here and then you go to bed. So now he's basically out for a cycle or two, which essentially means we will be getting nowhere with this project today. So looking at the magma and everything, my suggestion is to actually just build a ginormous steam room, maybe on the top. So we're gonna solve it differently than the other volcanoes by just integrating them into the steam room, essentially. For that though, I still have to get rid of the magma somehow. So we kind of have to find a way to push it down far enough so it is lower than the lowest volcano. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but now I need to wait for Ren's recovery anyways. On Groista, I noticed that all the ice has melted. There is only one thing left over. Actually, it might be over. Yeah, look at that. I think we got rid of all the liquefiable materials now. This is really great news because that means I'm gonna bring Marie back very soon and we are actually gonna send her over to yet another planetoid. I was wondering, probably Momitu. I cannot oversee the planetoid, I wasn't in orbit. I mean, Frostera is probably going to be a little bit boring, apart maybe from the Iron Volcano. And I'm really curious what we can find at Momitu. Well, basically, we just have to try, I think. I'm gonna start exchanging this layer here with airflow tiles. And then somehow, until we reach this volcano, we have to go down 2 levels. So this would be another layer. Oh, this is gonna be horrible. So I think I might wanna close this side off and then attempt something like that. If I go down with the ladder, I can even do it without going into the magma. So right now, all of this should theoretically be buildable by Ren without going into the magma, but you never know. I will have to babysit him. Oh Ren, you will have many cycles here to think about your decisions in life. It is going to be too complicated to push down the magma entirely, so I decided to just cut it off at some point, and I'm just trying to get it to freeze over. We can see I've already been successful a little bit. I'm just placing normal igneous rock tiles. They're heating up, at the same time cooling down the magma, therefore eventually freezing it. I intentionally built this a little bit further down, so at this layer we will be able to set up a insulated barrier to then hopefully create a successful steam room. It is gonna be slightly annoying with this volcano. Yeah, I might have to send Ren to bed for a couple of times. Ah, no, this is gonna be so annoying. Let's say I want my airflow tiles all the way up to here, and then I can go down at least one more block, but that still doesn't give me access to these blocks. And then we should be able to at least take some more tiles apart. Oh, this guy has become dormant. This is perfect, because I believe this guy here is dormant too. Yeah, all of them are dormant. That's great, so I might be able to take more risks, meaning I first get rid of this layer, the magma is gonna drop down, which might allow me to place more ladders to then access these tiles without getting into the magma. We'll have to see how that goes, but we can see right here, more and more is converting to igneous rock. This is good news, because I can handle the igneous rock that is hot here much easier than the magma. Look at this, sometimes the dupes get into weird situation where just everyone finds themselves in the same room. I guess it's mostly because they don't have enough to do. Oh, look at how much magma already froze over. This is nice, but the magma here is still at 800 degrees, so more than capable. Oh no, what happened here? For some reason the bypass didn't work properly. Ah, okay. I mean, theoretically we could make our way in here. I'm just gonna wait until it gets a little bit worse. I mean, we have broken pipes here as well, but this held up for multiple hundred cycles. I should also not forget to keep working on my plastic tiling project. We have over 130 tons of plastic now. But yeah, building this power setup was definitely worth it. I don't know when we did it, but it must have lasted for over 1,000 cycles now. And we're only really halfway through the heat there. There we go, Ren. Yes, lower that magma layer, please. Nice, we're actually making good progress here. It's going to be slightly annoying to get rid of everything, but the more igneous rock tiles we place, the easier. And of course, the magma itself is also going to result in igneous rock, so we don't even need extra materials. Okay, I just have to risk a little something, but I want to make sure my dupe doesn't accidentally jump down. So here, no ladder, but we can place one there, for instance, and access some of these tiles. As a matter of fact, I should probably build it over here. This way we can access all of them. Yes, wonderful. Okay, that actually turned out nice. Let's see if he's just as... No, he's now taking his downtime. All right. What is the melting point? 1,400 degrees. Yeah, looks like some of these are definitely gonna melt. Then we just replace them with new tiles until we freeze the magma entirely. There we go, taking away another layer, and we can do it before Ren even gets hurt. I'm so proud of you. And that's the last one. Unfortunately, not quite low enough to reach these tiles, but we can get started. Come on, do me the favor and don't get hurt. No, he's going to be in there for too long. Actually, he's still not being hurt. This is good news. Maybe, just maybe, we might be able to actually pull this off. Okay, he's now got a heat stroke, but he doesn't look hurt, right? Otherwise, it would show me. He's definitely not happy, but it is important work that he's doing right now. So it looks as though halfway into the magma, you can have a ladder and then build stuff without actually getting hurt, which is really useful. So our next step would be to build a whole bunch of igneous rock tiles just on the magma layer. Actually, we could do it one up. So it's not quite inside the magma layer, but it is touching it still. Okay, looks like we don't even need this one. This is already walled off. Don't need that one either. Oh, actually, no. They cannot transfer the heat. They can transfer the heat this way. So I will have to at least replace this guy. Jeez, Ren is already cured of the heat stroke. That is incredible. He's a real machine, let me tell you. Wow, that was a really efficient day, I have to say. And look at that. More and more magma going away. So what is going to be the big plan? Well, first of all, I will regret placing my liquid lock right there, and then I will probably think about a new location for that. Then we have to enclose all of these into one room and put a whole bunch of steam engines on top of them in order to immediately convert the tungsten into the frozen state. We're then going to use auto sweepers. Let me actually see. We're going to need a whole bunch of steel. We only have 540 kilograms. Like, we need at least 3 auto sweepers, one for each volcano. So that is already 600 kilograms of steel. Then we're gonna need, let's say, do we need, yeah, 2 or so aqua tuners? So that is another 2.5 tons of steel. Jeez. How much steel do I have in the main world? 2 tons at the moment. We have to craft some more, that's for sure. Iron to steel, give me 30 crafts. We have more than enough materials. We're then gonna enable the system here again and send over some steel. Turner should be bringing that immediately. There we go, fill that up. Oh, that was not much. But yeah, that is essentially what we're gonna send over for the next couple of cycles. Ah, look at that, the tiles are going. That is good. More. This is definitely working out. I mean, it's a slow process, but quite efficient in combination with the airflow tiles. Okay, it happened. I had to send them back to bed. Oh well, he kind of deserved it. Now at least this is working, and since we have a vacuum in the airflow tiles, no heat exchange can happen. And the basic goal is that once everything is gone, we're just gonna replace the top layer with an insulated layer. So we have it perfectly insulated because of the airflow tiles. And then the entirety of the upper portion is gonna become a steam room of some sorts. I mean, we can take this, for instance, here as our limitation. How much plastic do I still have? Ah, looks like enough. But we're gonna need more refined materials, or we just go with the tungsten because essentially we're getting it for free here. Might be a little bit too premature. I think we're just gonna send it over from the main planetoid. Ooh, look at this. The magma is about to expire here actually. What is the freezing point? Yeah, we're just at the freezing point. Very nice, I have to say. Woo, look at this, it's now all coming together. I actually found a little bit of a better technique. What you want is to just put it below the magma layer, so some of the magma is dropping on the top, which is then immediately gonna be converted. So you pick the spot where there's still magma, and this is the spot where you actually want to place down your layer. And now he's gonna build the new layer, and the magma that is dropping on the top is immediately being converted. So let's check this out. Come on, build a tile. Yes, look at that. It is just working magnificently. Yeah, that definitely sped things up a little bit. Wow. Let's now take this apart. Hopefully this way. What is happening here? Okay, that still counts as a tile. I get it. Okay, now time to dig everything up, take everything apart. And actually the lowest layer here I obviously want insulated. This is gonna be my ceiling here. For now, I still need entry. So let's open up a little hole. This would also continue here. Okay, actually it might not be that bad with the modifications I have to do to make this work. You know what? I might even want to go one lower with the insulated layer so we can have it all at the same layer, just like the top one, and then it would look a little bit niftier. I think I might just do that. So we are taking, this apart again. Then we're gonna push everything one block down and we can have it at the same layer, no problemo. I'm also gonna build a little insulation here around my automatic dispenser. Alrighty, so far so good. I went ahead and already prepared the next step. As promised, I set up 2 aqua tuners just to be sure. One would probably have done since I'm only using it to cool down 4 steam turbines, but I never want to get back into here, so we're just gonna make sure this is working. Don't forget that this doesn't necessarily use more power. It uses more power at any given time when it is operational. However, it only has to cool down half as much because it has doubled the cooling power, so overall you should be using the same amount of power. Ren is eagerly doing his duty. Set up a bottle emptier so we can fill this all up with water. Well, not fill up, but I want to have at least, let's say, 500 kilogram per tile. The tungsten volcano right here actually went active, so that is a little bit of a problem. But what we can do is just take apart the walls when we're ready. However, we first have to make sure we set up the auto sweepers correctly. They should be made out of steel, so they can actually survive here. Now, I will probably have to open this up at least a little bit. We should be able to open this up without any risks. And as a matter of fact, I believe we can do this with all the volcanoes, therefore allowing us an easy setup of the auto sweepers. We will also need some cabling. I'm just taking the iron for that. And let me see, are we gonna keep this liquid lock? Yeah, no, I'm actually kind of tempted to just keep it. So we're gonna drag the cabling through here. This is still going to be a vacuum in the future. So once we set up a conductive joint plate here, we should be fine. This is then powering the aqua tuners. We also need to power all the auto sweepers. So that is gonna be another oh man, so many things to set up. Gonna continue the cabling here, go through there and there, bring this over, and we should be able to power everything. Okay, I found even more stuff that I have to build, and it kind of got crazy a little bit. I decided to set up a tiny system in order to try and cool down the materials once we pick them up. One thing I forgot is to set up a conveyor loader for this guy. I'm probably gonna have that right here and then lead it down below. So it should be going in here. Actually, let's just be sure and maybe set up a bridge here. Right now, unfortunately, all of the volcanoes are active and I'm trying to keep the molten tungsten at bay. For instance, right here, I'm just placing some tiles and then deconstructing them again in order to make sure I can freeze this again. And then I'm trying to do the same thing right here. We want to make sure that at the beginning we don't have too much liquid, otherwise I'm gonna be in big trouble when I try to open everything up. Currently the plan is to deconstruct this tile and then let the tungsten volcano here do its thing. As soon as it touches the water, it's gonna evaporate. And actually thinking about it, we can already take these apart. This should also freeze the tungsten in this place. Also on the top here, I set up a liquid pump and I first used it in order to fill up the cooling loop here with the aqua tuners. And now I'm gonna use it to produce more fresh water with the water sieve in order to make sure I have enough water in this pool right here. That's the most important part. Alright, everything is built. I set the sensor to above 200 degrees, so if we are above 200 degrees, it's still gonna go and do the loop one more time. We have our steam turbines set up and they all have an output. We have the cooling loop and everything. Cooling loop is set to above 15 degrees. I don't quite have enough water in here yet, but I only have to activate the pump and then it is gonna pump more water in. Let me see. Yeah, this is going through the water sieve. Let's actually remove this. And then through the pipe of the steam engine, it's gonna go into the room. If we did everything right, we will also be able to pick up the items that are already on the floor. So I think I'm gonna activate the pump here in order to get the water level to raise. So I want this as close as possible to swapping over before actually enabling the power, so nothing is gonna overheat. In the meantime, my suggestion is to just keep taking apart the planetoid. Oh no, we have multiple eruptions. That is not good. We're not quite ready. We might be able to keep it up for one more eruption. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, this is my second attempt. Just actually letting this swap over was not enough. So what I need to do is actually be a little bit more clever about this. I need to make sure that we can reach all of the volcanoes with the steam as soon as possible. So before this actually swaps over, we want to make sure we deconstruct this tile as well as this tile. And then we need to be fairly quick about everything else. There's going to be some steam production probably immediately. But like this, at least we have a chance so that the equipment doesn't overheat as the steam is distributing. Come on, Ren, you have to be quick about this. Get rid of that, and then I immediately want to pick that up because I cannot otherwise. This one here will be picked up by the auto sweeper. And then the next important thing we have to do is place the joint plate in order to make everything functional. Okay, there we go. Steam. Oh, okay. The steam actually didn't come immediately, which is great. There we go. Now everything started working. That is a little bit of an issue because I don't really want it to at the moment. So I think what I want to do is cut this off still. It is too early, otherwise it's just gonna overheat. So if I cut this off, then I can prevent this from happening. I'm also gonna turn off the pump at this point. We don't need it anymore, probably. Can we see at least a little bit of steam production this episode? There we go. Come on, you can do it. Be a good tungsten volcano. Boots, 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 boots. Ooh, okay guys, this could be it. We are at 92 degrees. The aqua tuners are running. I disabled this half of the system for now until we have some steam production. But I'm really hoping this time the tungsten volcano can do it and at least produce the first steam. Please, pretty please. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. We got steam. Oh yes, now please don't lose it. Oh, the steam turbine's already going for it. That is good. Now, there could be a problem, yeah, with this being a little bit too hot. So what we need to hope for is as much steam production as possible so that... no. Look at that. The steam here is really hot, but because it is very little steam, it is not affecting the machines just yet. That's why I didn't want so much tungsten, but then it took so long to actually get the steam. So the cooling loop is actually already at temperature. That is a good sign. I will not have to waste too much power for that. Yeah, so maybe with the next eruption we can actually get some decent amount of steam. 7 milligrams, that is nothing. Ah, and that's another thing I did not want to happen. Okay. Ah, God. Okay, I'm sure we can fix this. I can take a little bit of steam up there. If we close this off, then it's gonna be all fine again. So we take this apart, and then we take this apart, and we want to speed this all up. I'm very briefly gonna enable the system so we can get those items to actually circulate. Yeah, there we go. I just want to pick them up. Ren is coming in. That is good. Scalding already. Ren, storing materials. Are you... No. Wait. You have to prioritize this. Right, and now quickly replace the joint plate again, and then no harm, no foul, hopefully. Don't disappoint me. Don't disappoint me now. Wait. Ah, we should leave the items in there, actually. Their power is cut. Okay, and now I want all of this. Yes! Yes! It took such a long time, man. Ah, this is good. Okay, yeah, push over. Quickly. No! Okay, so we are still getting heat damage right now. Let's see if it actually accumulates. Ah, come on, push over. I mean, it was perfect. I couldn't have done it better. Yeah, of course I could have. But looks like, yeah, the overheat damage is over except for the auto sweeper. I built it out of steel. Ah, come on, cool down already. There, the steam is coming. Okay. I will have to make my way in there either way. I mean, it's now down to temperature. We just have to wait for things to develop a little bit. Well, my intention was to make a liquid block here anyways in order to get inside. We shouldn't have any more overheat issues as of this point. Let's just hope the steam is gonna remain in here. It's still pretty thin at 30 kilograms per tile. Maybe I could have done a better job by placing some temp shift plates. That might have helped. Or distributing the water better. But yeah, at this point I think we can hook up the power again. We should be fine. And now everything is running. Beautiful. Apart from the tiny overheat beauty mistake. More and more water is being converted. We're already at double the amount of steam. And the temperatures are now stabilizing. I mean, sure, this is probably the easy way to build one of those. However, it was a challenge to get this working. Mostly because of the magma, and it was a one-man job. But yeah, I would say with that out of the way, we can wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Look at all the nice tungsten that is coming in here. Wonderful. Have a great time. Don't forget to support the episode. I would really appreciate it. And see you in the next one. Bye-bye.